Welcome back. I'm so glad you decided to click in this video because this is quite the story. EA and Respawn have managed to break the trust of Apex Legends players, and in one announcement they've managed to undo years of goodwill. It's just generally not a good move. Like, this is a game that has somehow managed to avoid being just absolutely slashed to pieces for having loot boxes, which at this stage almost feel like a weird fossil of our industry. No, loot boxes are there. There's exorbitant free-to-play cosmetic things that are extremely expensive. I don't know if you remember the whole thing about the Buster Sword, but basically, right, people accepted that stuff, even if they did grumble, but now Respawn are making a change in how this game is monetized in a way that is being loudly challenged by the player base, where basically people are saying we will not stick around because of this. Now, yes, most of us probably think, yes, a boycott from the gamers, and then that infamous screenshot from Steam appears in our head. It was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, launching in PC with no dedicated servers, and there was a Steam group of people boycotting the game, and when the game came out, you just see, like, you know, boycott the game group, everybody's Steam status, playing Modern Warfare 2. Now, as much as I could be cynical about that, actually, sentiment has changed things. It has changed things with Electronic Arts before. Remember Battlefront 2. Now, this matters with Apex because a while back we saw via Andrew Wilson's comments in their earnings, I believe, that they were a little disappointed with revenue, like not really hitting the kind of momentum that they wanted. Now, from our perspective, it looked like they saw a super successful season. They saw the line go up. And they thought, great, the line's just going to keep on going up. Yes, if the line keeps on going up at this level, then we will have 10 billion players next year. You know, the usual, like, dipshit stuff. So it seemed that had happened. They got sad whenever the line didn't go up forever, and I'm pretty sure that's when they started doing shenanigans, like the whole, gacha Buster Sword event. So it's all pretty weird. I can't wait to break it down, of course, with the power of today's sponsor. We're going to help you save some money fast. So Rocket Money tackles your subscriptions head on. And I mean, if I'm anything to go by, subscriptions can pile up at a shocking rate. So Rocket Money is a personal finance tool that helps you lower your bills, stay on top of subscriptions, and manage your money. And you can actually get started for free today at rocketmoney.com/Bellular News. Now, on the topic of subscriptions, it's amazing. Rocket Money securely and safely identifies recurring charges for you. It then presents you with a nice little list, and you can just cancel them in a few taps from that list, which works out super smooth. So if this has been a chore that you've been putting off, Rocket Money will make it easy. They also can help you negotiate your bills. Just upload a bill and they will be able to help you, which is fantastic if, as an example, you don't enjoy spending your days on the other end of a phone line waiting for customer service. And you can do damn well with your bills. I mean, my internet recently went to its off-contract price recently, so I negotiated a move from $500 to $1,100 for half the monthly cost, which was pretty great. Now, on the subscription front, they've actually cancelled over $500 million of subscriptions. I guess that's just money that was kind of just going poof into nowhere with subs people didn't want. They've helped customers save up to $740 a year on average. Rocket Money's, of course, got other great tools beyond what I've mentioned today. So if you want to spend less money and save more money, you can join the over 5 million Rocket Money members today using rocketmoney.com/Bellular News or just clicking that link down below. From there, you can start off for free and you can unlock more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/Bellular News. Okay, we get to talk about a monetization chart that is exactly what we all love to do. A beautiful chart telling us how we are going to be losing our money. Now, let's, of course, look at their own words. This is what the chart says, quote, "An inside look into how we've improved the value, reduced the time needed to unlock high-end items, and more." You might be thinking, okay, Michael, they've said that they're going to improve the value. Why would the players possibly be unhappy about this? Well, part of it's inherent to change. The other is how things are changing. And Apex Legends has really not changed up how their battle pass has worked since the very early seasons. We're now actually about to enter season 22, so you could say that them taking stock and trying to make the game better is a good idea. I mean, they're saying this is greatly improved value, so when we cut to scenes of the community, surely they'll be positive. No, No, they're not positive. So yeah, here's just some Reddit posts. I know, they're just Reddit posts, but it is a good way for us to see how do, fairly engaged people in that game actually think about this. When you take a look at Steam, you see a whole bunch of negativity, and even like this kind of hits our team. Like we've got a few Apex players on staff. So yeah, there's definitely skin in this game. Now to jump into the heart of the issue, there are still problems that hit this game, right? So some people will say, oh, I cannot believe you are doing this. You are changing the deal and improving value in a way that I don't approve of. Again, improving value. People will see that that's happening, but they'll think about anti-cheat. They'll think about hit registration. They will think about skill-based matchmaking. Of course, in a way, that is pretty unfair because network engineers are not the people that are designing monetization. But overall, I can see how it is reasonable because no matter what staff in the team are doing the things, ultimately, this is about top-down prioritization. And so many would say that maybe you could earn your monetization if you fix some of those outstanding issues. So, okay, let's take a look at the very, very lovely chart that some poor graphics designer on their team had to put together. It really is quite the chart. So what we've got here is 3 pairs of columns, basically comparing free old, free new, premium old, premium new, and premium bundle old, Premium Plus new. So yes, the Premium Bundle is now being turned into Premium Plus. How very exciting. Now, I do have to give you some context here. So Apex Legends seasons have a split in the middle. They are ran for 3 months or so, and there's a rank split in the middle that basically allows for a patch, balancing, map rotation, and that kind of thing. Now, what the split also helps is player retention. If you're playing the same map pool for 3 months, well, maybe you could lose players because of familiarity. So the way that they do the 6-week split basically helps to keep people around in the game. Now, in Season 21, they've been testing game mode splits where solos would run for 6 weeks and then quads would run for 6 weeks. So quite evidently, right, people at EA are looking at all of this, they're seeing how things are being shaken up, and they've said, okay, so you're doing this with your gameplay and your modes in your video game, but what if you also did it to your monetization? So now Respawn have. Let me explain how it works. Rather than 1 3-month-long season, there are now going to be 2 6-week-long seasons. So 2 passes, but also passes that are actually a bit condensed with improved rewards. They've done things like remove unused items like trackers, charms, and that sort of thing to actually give people stuff that is a bit more useful. In terms of the actual experience and challenge requirements, those are not changing, so it is the same amount of work across the required time period, and they're still doing the whole business model of free, premium, and premium brackets. Give us some more money and it'll be even more premium and better somehow. Now, the free Battle Pass track gives you an epic character skin, weapon skin, and emote, and since you'll be doing 2 passes in the same time period as before, you're actually getting double the free Apex coins and packs from playing. So that means if you're a free player, if you've never paid for a Battle Pass, you're straight up just going to be getting like near double what you used to get because they're essentially doing 2 passes instead of 1, just of those passes instead of being, the length of 1 pass, but bulked out with loads of filler stuff. They've just removed the filler. Now they're doing 2 passes. So you can see how that would be really good. The thing is, though, that's also applying to the consumption opportunities, where you're getting double of those. So what that means is 6 more Apex packs, 3 character themes, double the crafting materials, but removal of a reactive skin variant, so you now get 1 instead of 2, and then there's the Premium Plus track. That replaces the old bundle version that had 25 level skips. Premium Plus doubles the exotic crafting materials, gives you 2 additional legendary skins. That will be exclusive for at least a year, so you can feel amazing about yourself, and everyone who buys the track will get access to all legends for play in the game. Now, remember, their stated goals are basically this, and remember, this is them describing what the chart is giving people. Quote, an inside look into how we've improved the value, reduced the time needed to unlock high-end items, and more. Okay, what have they done then? Well, there is more high-value stuff, and they have removed loads of the chaff, and the rewards have been increased. It never feels good to be progressing along a battle pass, and you're just getting random sprays and icons that you do not care. Is that true? Well, there certainly is more high-value stuff, and the chaff being removed is a pretty good thing. It never feels good, you get a battle pass level, and your reward is an icon that you'll never use. That's pretty shit. So yeah, they've kind of done that, and between the shorter pass that gives you high-end rewards earlier, because they've removed the fluff, as well as the potential for you to get more crafting materials, yes, you can unlock high-end items faster. But the trade-off is that this is moving closer to the Overwatch and kind of mobile game short battle pass that really demands engagement model, right? Like, that's why they're doing this. I mean, it's basically double the opportunities to spend money, but a very compressed time frame, which means that if you're not playing, you're literally wasting money. So you can absolutely see all of the bad here. Of course, though, if it came with enough good, then players would perhaps be able to tolerate it. Though they don't seem to be tolerating it, and the reason why is a little bit of an sort of elephant that is in the room that makes this rather unfair. Now, they've talked about value, and in a way, some value is the same, but it's a little different. The Battle Pass in and of itself is not going up in price. The Battle Pass cost 950 Apex coins, which is the equivalent of $9.99 USD. Thing is, though, this new version is a significantly worse deal for two reasons. The first reason is you can no longer purchase the Premium Battle Pass using Apex coins. Yeah, so is it the same price? Yes, but, well, if you had got into the rhythm of clearing the Battle Pass, earning, the relevant Apex coins, and then buying the next Battle Pass, you simply will not be able to do that. The whole thing of, well, look, you buy the Battle Pass, but if you really jump through all the hoops and keep engaged, you'll maybe be able to just keep on having Battle Passes. No, that is different now. They want money, not Apex coins. Now, the secondary effect that this has is it means that Apex coins are actually worth less money to players because they can no longer be used on the Battle Pass. Instead, all they're good for is buying things in the in-game cosmetic shop. The second part is that each Battle Pass now costs the same amount of money, but it, covers less time because the seasons are different. So rather than $9.99 for a 3-month-long season, now, for 3 months of Battle Pass land, it'll basically be costing you $20. Now, they do contain just over double the reward for that, but they do basically cost double the price. They have to be completed within the 6-week-long period, and you cannot buy them with Apex coins, which really changes up the situation for people. Now, there is at least one benefit that is promoted, though, through their blog post, a benefit for the top spenders. Here it is. The decision to move from Apex coins to real-world currency is not one we made lightly, but it does allow us to decrease the price of Premium Plus for our community. Yes, Premium Plus. For that, right, it's going to cost $40. Sorry. $39.96 for the 3-month period and 2 passes. Now, that is moving from an Apex coin cost of $2,850, which basically required buying a $19.99 bundle and a $9.99 bundle. So technically, they argue the new Premium Plus tier ends up costing about 29% less than the original Premium bundle. Again, for one 6-week season, which has got better rewards. That's one of their perspectives. That's how they want you to feel as a player. But of course, you're going to be thinking about the ask. And the ask is, well, pay double the amount of money during the same period of time. From a purely mercenary point of view, this makes a lot of sense. Just to give you an example of that, right? So, Connor and a team, who was the writer for this report, he put $10 into Apex 17 seasons ago. And he's not spent any money since, even though, he's cleared every single Battle Pass. So, I mean, damn, you really did keep on playing, really did earn those Apex credits. Of course, what this means, though, is, your Apex credits aren't going to be that useful if you want the next pass. Anyway, he did that while only being a regular player at the start and end of each 3-month-long period. Now, that experience that he had is basically going to be the case for loads and loads of people with Apex, because that was one of the sensible ways to play the game. Problem is, though, is that great for your monthly active users? No. Is it great for your revenue? No, it is not. So they have clearly ran the numbers and they have worked out that the volume of players who will now pay real money rather than earned, I suppose, company script, that is basically worth any potential losses in player accounts. And that's basically what this all comes down to. This will be planned to increase revenue every 6 weeks and increase MAUs by having people appear at the start and end of 6-week periods instead of 3-month periods. And this matters because Apex Legends is one of EA's biggest successes. It is, you could say, starting to decline a little bit, but even with that, it is still one of the top 20 most played video games. I mean, even in Steam, you can see real robust concurrency. This is something that industry analyst Matt Piscatella highlighted when he was asked. He also did say he'd be watching the numbers closely, given the aggressive shift in the Battle Pass structure. And I suppose that really is the thing. They are trying more aggressively to get money. As an example, a while back, they did their first ever brand event. Yep, just like with Fortnite, we're going to be bringing brands into the video game, which of course just takes everybody out of the immersion of the world and it's It's just a way to take your own game less seriously, sort of, you know, debase it, I guess, and just turn over a bunch of money. So yeah, they did that with Final Fantasy, and at the time it was clearly a response to player trends, right? Basically, the general trend from EA's earnings calls is that Apex has kind of peaked and that it is profitable, but it's not as profitable as it used to be. So obviously they need to change that up. And it's extra noticeable because EA actually splits their sports games, right, off into their own market division, and whenever they're they're doing the balance sheet. So that actually means we can see the impact of Apex's decline a little bit more. And that's basically why the last few seasons have seen loads of reworks, they've seen experimentation, they've been designed around like reactivating lapsed players and bringing people in via like solos and quads modes, doing full reworks for characters, just all of that stuff, right? Because obviously more players is more, more spent. They want to juice those numbers up. Now, though, they're basically changing the other side of that equation, which is the revenue per user. I mean, obviously, they're giving people the opportunity to spend more money, and it is in a way where it will get rewards, and we know that a lot of players do care a lot about rewards. So I do think it will work in the short term. Thing is, though, it'll decrease sentiment, right? People will feel like there's more asks being made of them, and if you do that too much, I think you can end up having a little bit of a collapse with your player base. Now, funny enough, an Apex developer gave advice for us and things like this a year ago, basically saying that, okay, if you don't like the monetization changes, vote with your wallet. So we'll basically just have to see how that goes. I think plenty of people will vote for their wallets, but will there just be others to come in and replace them? That is the big question. And insofar as how we can keep up with this, well, there is taking a look at the balance sheet whenever EA actually does their reporting. I'm really glad that the sports stuff is split out. It gives us, well, I mean, it just gives me more of a look into the sorts of games that I'm actually interested in, which, surprise, surprise, ain't the sports ones. The other side will be taking a look at Steam. I mean, obviously, this is double the passes. This is way more compressed in time. It is completely designed to get the monthly active users up. There will, you would imagine, therefore, be a knock-on in-player concurrency, which we can measure on Steam, so that'll be pretty fun. So let's all get together back here in 4 months to see how this has all went down. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I always love just diving into seeing how are the people who control the coin purse ultimately, fiddling around with our games. I think it's a pretty obvious, transparent example here. Anyway, let me know, what do you think, especially if you're an Apex player. With that said, though, thanks for hanging out, and of course, be back tomorrow with another video.